Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Hi Mom, the podcast, a friendship simulation podcast with your friends, Jonathan
and Kevin.
Hey, we're getting better at that.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
I am all right. I'm doing good. Actually, no, it's you know what, man? I think I mentioned it on maybe the last show that most people didn't get to hear.
Unfortunately, sorry guys. Audio problems on my part.
No worries, dude. These things happen. I was just telling you before we recorded that I made the same mistake on a script that I was recording.
17-minute long script, dude. How much of a pain in the ass was it to just record it back again?
Oh, dude, it was horrible. It was horrible, especially because it wasn't an easy script to read either.
No.
No, but anyways, I'm pretty good. Terry and I just had a milestone. We just passed a milestone. We hit 7 years of a relationship.
Wow!
And,
congratulations, dude. Really? Has it been 7 years?
It's been 7 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I know with COVID and everything, you're pretty limited as to what you can do, but did you guys do something special?
Well, on the day of our anniversary, we just kind of just took out dinner and stuff, and we didn't really do anything on the day of. But
I mean, honestly, that's as good as it can get right now.
Right. No, but what we ended up doing was we booked an Airbnb, and we just went up to one of the forest towns and just kind of got lost there for a couple of days. Even then we didn't even do anything. We just kind of just hung out at the house, and we just played house for 3 days. The middle day we went out to see the village area and stuff, and it was really cool. I uploaded some pictures online, but we'd like to sit down and have dinner somewhere, and we didn't do any of that. We just did the we bought a bunch of groceries, and we just cooked for ourselves at the Airbnb. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
It was nice. Nice. I got to play husband for 3 days.
Did you get scolded a couple times?
Did we what?
Did you get scolded a couple of times? Because as men, we're bound to not cook something right or something.
Yeah, there was a few times where I took my Switch out and I played for all of 5 minutes of video games.
And then you're like, nah.
No,
or more like her. Yeah.
I really. It was her.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. It was her, and she's like, "No, we're not gonna do this for the entire 3 days we're gonna be here. You're gonna pay attention to me."
Exactly. I was so excited too because I bought Astral Chain. Astral Chain. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
You haven't? Okay. Do you know Platinum Games?
I've heard of them.
They're the ones who made Bayonetta.
I definitely played their games.
Okay.
So I love that game.
Okay, so I haven't played Bayonetta, but this is actually my first Platinum game, and I've never played any of their other games, and I just heard crazy high great things about this one, and it was on sale, and our how do I say this and the guy that we licensed our intro song from, he also picked up the game, and he was feeling a little bit mixed on it. So I was like, okay, I kind of have to, I kind of have to check this out for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. You're a cop, and you have this demonic other realm being that you have chained. And basically tame, and you kind of use them. You use them to be a cop, like a detective type of thing. It's pretty cool. The only thing about it is that I didn't like was that I picked up because it has because the way the narrative works is that you are one of a set of twins, and it's a female and a male, and whichever one you go with, that's who you are, and then the other one is your partner in the game.
In the game.
And so I didn't know that, and so I picked the female because I just think she looks better than the male. But then once the male was, my partner and he was doing a lot of the talking, I'm like, okay, I thought that, like your character is just basically a hollow shell. Like it's just a husk of a character, it's Link, but it's
Link.
it's the silent protagonist, So
Yeah.
I was like, I would much rather experience the game with with a cute girl being my partner. I wanted to be the cute girl, but I guess now she's gonna be my partner because I didn't. So I actually restarted the game.
You did. That's what I was gonna ask.
I did because I would much rather have that happen.
Oh,
But
I like the
but
art
it's also
on it. It's very.
it's really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. It does remind me. It does remind me of Bayonetta.
I can see that.
Bit, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Similar color scheme. Well, except for the blue.
Yeah, because
Where Bayonetta had,
kinda-
Bayonetta was a lot of red and black, and gold and white. This one has a lot of blue.
Mhm.
What I can
And the
see.
blue is really striking.
It is. Yeah, that's the one thing that catches your eye. Oh, and also
Yeah.
the protagonists have gray hair.
Okay, so I think that is because you can actually choose the color. You can kind
Oh,
of choose
okay.
like basic feature. Yeah, yeah. Because I went with the black, because the game feels. I mean, it's a Japanese game, but the game feels very Japanese, and it just felt appropriate to have a cop have black hair. And I think she just, I just think that the characters look better with the black hair. But then there's I don't know, there's something special about you, the player, where you kind of transform, I guess, and I think maybe that's what is supposed to be displayed on the box. I'm not certain, but yeah. I finished the second case, and that second case, dude, is just like it just never ends. It's crazy. But it's already because there's the boss fight. I've never played Bayonetta, but
But you do get boss fights. Yeah.
but I know that. But I just heard through osmosis, I heard that Bayonetta is just a really boss heavy focus game, right?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you
Okay.
you get a lot of grunts, and then you get to basically the end of or maybe the middle of the level, and you'll fight a boss, and definitely at the end you'll fight a bigger, badder boss.
Something like
fun
that
game.
happened
It's a
here.
fun game, yeah. I still haven't played the second one.
Really, dude? If you, it's funny because the second one, if you bought the second one on the Wii U, they automatically gave you the first one too.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they did.
Well, didn't know that. I never had a Wii
It's okay.
or a
I
Wii
mean,
U.
it's all good. Yeah. I don't know if that carried out when they brought Bayonetta. Is Bayonetta on the Switch?
I'm pretty sure it is. It should be. Let me look it up. But I feel like it would translate really well onto the Switch.
I think it is. Yeah, because I'm
Yeah.
Nintendo.com. It says Bayonetta. Oh, I see what you're saying about the Reds. What? Why do I have to verify my age?
It's let me tell you something. You shouldn't play Bayonetta if you're underage, because you're gonna be very confused.
Awesome.
It's a lot. It's not nudity per se, but it gets close. It teeters on the edge.
I see. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's on the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah. So there was the big boss fight, and then once it ends, it's I thought that it was over, but then it just kept going, and I almost feel like it wasn't even necessary because the boss or the fights after the boss fight, it you couldn't win them. I think you just had to survive long enough, but I kept dying, and because the game gives you six retries, I guess, without before the game over, and I just kept
So basically,
And I
if
just
you
kept
die,
losing.
if you die enough times, you're just going back to the beginning.
I don't know. I managed to last long enough before I got the actual game over screen.
That's my boy.
But but I felt like I was getting robbed of those hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool. I definitely, I think after we finish recording today, I'm gonna sit down and play some
Okay.
more.
Have you ever played Dark Souls?
I have not, but I'm familiar.
Okay. So that's basically my my epitome of difficult games, because I have not passed it. And that would be like a level 10. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult would you say this game is?
I don't know, dude, because it like I just played on the standard difficulty.
Okay.
How do I know that it has like the option to change the difficulty, but I didn't. I'm very terrible at games.
That's
I like them, but I'm not very good. I like them, but I'm not very good at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I also picked up a video game. Well, I didn't pick it up. I played it like when it came out a couple years ago, but it was on the PC, and then I found out when I got the Switch initially, I bought it and I played it a couple times, but I haven't really picked it up until last week. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Salt and Sanctuary.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, the last time that I was at your house, you were trying to get me to get into it, right? And I was just like, here, play Hollow Knight instead.
Yeah, they're very similar. Yeah, they're very similar. I just picked it up because I was missing it, and I haven't really played video games in a while. And I figured let's just jump off the deep end, because it's a very Souls-like game. So it's it's a scroller, you know, it's a 2D dungeon crawler, and
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, you're
I
the
guess
only
you
one
would
that I
see-
know about this game.
Really?
You're the only,
Dude,
yeah,
you
you're
want
the
to know
only
how
one that I know
you want to
that
know
plays
how
this game.
you want to know how I found out about it?
How?
I was watching Adult Swim, and then they mentioned it as like the best video game of the month or something like that. This was early on when it came out, and it was just by sheer coincidence that I saw it.
Is this like? Is this what was this on Adult Swim where it's like it's Adult Swim, but then they're trying to be like, oh, Toonami's back, and then they had like a little episode highlight or like a video game highlight.
It might have been.
Because I found out about Catherine because of Toonami for the same way. Do you know about Catherine?
I have it.
You have Catherine?
Yeah. For Xbox 360, I haven't played it in like 2 years though. If I'm being completely honest, I have never passed it.
Me either.
I only played until like level 2 or something, or chapter 2, whatever you want to call it.
I probably got towards like the ending of like the.
Oh yeah, you're
probably be
well
like the
ahead.
first act.
But from what I remember, it's a really good like puzzle game.
Yeah, I eventually
got
plan
some-
on picking up the Switch version, but yeah.
It's got some elements of horror as well, right? Because I don't think I got far enough to like really get the full effect of the game.
Yeah, basically. I'm sorry though to derail you. Go back to Salt and Sanctuary.
Oh, well, I mean, no. If the conversation flows that way, you might as well. But no, I was just saying, because I haven't picked up a video game in a while. So I just went back to it. I'm just trying to get through it. But I'm doing a different build, because I remember the original character build that I had made was the giant sword. And you just, dude, once you get to a certain level, you're just like cleaving through enemies like nothing, because it's such an OP build, because it's very strength based, and a lot of the enemies have take a lot of slash damage, which you can do with swords.
Okay, so I heard that if you are playing Dark Souls, that if you just put all of your stats onto like attack or something, that you can probably cheese your way through the game that way. Is this something like that?
I guess it would be like I said, I've never I've never beaten Dark Souls, so that's why it's my epitome of difficulty.
No worries, dude. No worries. I couldn't tell you about Astro Chain. Yeah. But yeah, on my anniversary trip, yeah, I only played video games for like 5 minutes to bring the conversation full circle.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you mentioned that because my girlfriend is doing a trial run of smacking the phone out of my hand, but only when we're like sitting down somewhere soft because she knows I hate it when it hits the floor. Because I already drop it enough times because I have like terrible butterfingers. Only with my phone. Only with my phone. And you know what? It's crazy. It doesn't have a screen protector, but it's never been scratched. And I've had it for like 2 years.
Oh, lucky you.
I know. I have a good case on it though, so that might be it.
I've been very fortunate to not have my phone like the screen crack.
Mm-hmm.
The way like other people seem to easily crack their phones. I never understood how people can crack their phones so easily.
Because they play with it. So many I see so many people just like grab their phone and then make it do a barrel roll, like throw it up, do a barrel roll, and try to catch it. So many people get that. Yeah, you know, that's why you need freaking fidget spinners, man. Because people fidget with their phones, and that's how they drop them.
Fidget spinner. Yeah, I got a fidget spinner. I keep it in the car. Yeah,
I keep it in my room.
Nice.
I'm getting a little anxious. Oh, hey, hold on. I gotta finish the thought. Hold on. I gotta finish the thought because if my girlfriend listens to this, she's gonna kick my ass. She smacks the phone, but it's playful because after that, she's like, "Pay attention to me," and then she hands me the phone back.
Aww.
Yeah. Okay.
Aww.
I gotta finish that thought because then people are gonna think like, "What a bitch."
There was one time when back when Terry and I like first started dating, like this is probably within the first year, where she got mad at me. I don't even know what she was mad at me about, but
don't you hate that?
She did, but yeah, but we're not gonna get into that right now. So she like rolls over, and she's like, "I'm not talking to you," and I'm like, okay. So I pull out my 3DS and I start playing, and
hold on,
and I'm
gonna be Terry right now. Seriously, Kevin? I tell you, I'm not talking to you, and you pull out your DS and you start playing? So you're ignoring me now. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Basically. Yeah, so I'm playing, and I'm playing I'm playing a game where I couldn't necessarily just pause the game.
Yeah. And
it was like the game was Kid Icarus, and if you know about Kid Icarus, like you start the levels, they're divided into like 2 sections. There's like the on the rail, and then like once you're on foot, flying sections, and then you're on foot. And,
what's the game called? How do you spell it?
It's called Kid Icarus Uprising.
I don't know how you spell that.
Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, and then Uprising.
Okay, it's one of those. Does it not have like a pause function?
It's one of those things. I mean, it does, but it was like I was super into it, dude. And suddenly, and she was mad at me.
I mean, in her defense, you weren't paying attention to her, dude.
But she was mad at me. Anyway,
that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that there was this other time. I'm over here like hanging out my laundry, but there was another time where she got upset at me, and we were driving, and at the time I was listening to an audiobook called One More Thing. It's by BJ Novak, who worked on The Office. He played Ryan the Temp. Anyways, he did an audio version of his book, and I was listening to it, and like. The book is basically just a bunch of like comedic short stories, just having different things to do with every different, like different scenarios and stuff. And so I just started listening to that because she wasn't talking to me, but we were in the car. And but because it's a comedy, she got into it. She started laughing, and I remember what the story was. It was about this guy. He dies and he wakes up in heaven, and the first thing he does is he goes and looks for his wife. And they start enjoying heaven, like everything that heaven has to offer. And it like this could be like anything, like because it's heaven, like all the other dead people are there, and so there's like concerts. Like you could go see Frank Sinatra, and then you can also go see Beethoven on the same night. You know, it's heaven, and so like when the story starts, it starts off with him telling the story of him being a boy. And saying goodbye to his grandma, and so he was like, one of these days I'm gonna get around to visiting grandma. And so eventually, like he goes and does a whole bunch of other things in heaven first before he finally goes and sees his grandma. And so he finally calls up his grandma and he's like, hey grandma, it's Timmy or Tommy or Tammy or whatever. I'm here in heaven. Do you want to hang out? And grandma's like, oh, sure, yeah. Okay. And he tries to arrange a day so that they can go so he and the wife can go and meet the grandma.
Yeah.
And the grandma just keeps blowing him off. And eventually he starts taking it very personal. He's just like, this is weird. Like grandma seems to be avoiding me. Is she mad at me? Like, did she find out that I was going and doing a bunch of other things in heaven before I visited her? And so eventually, like I think the last time, he gets a note from the grandma that says, "Hey, sorry to bail on you. I just found out that I think it was Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
I was like, Frank Sinatra is performing tonight. Got last minute tickets. Sorry to bail on you, but I'm going." And so he's like, "Okay, well, let's go. Let's see what all the hubbub is about, you know." And so he manages to get backstage somehow, and he opens up the door to where Frank Sinatra is, and he finds his grandma on all fours giving head to Frank Sinatra. and the grandma, she's like, "Look, Timmy, Tommy, Tammy, whatever. Listen, this is heaven, and not to be mean or anything, but there are so many things I would much rather do than pretend to play catch up with my grandson, who I haven't seen in over like 40, 50 years.
Yeah.
You know." It's nothing personal, but I just don't want to pretend to be grandma for a day or for an afternoon, and I would much rather be doing this.
Imagine getting blown off by your grandma because she's blowing Frank Sinatra, dude. Who comes up?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. You should check out that book. It's really funny. If you can get your hands on the audio version,
The audiobook.
The audiobook.
Yeah.
Do it. It's so worth it. But so this book actually helped to spell a fight.
Did it really?
Yeah, because it was too funny.
Yeah, no, I mean, now that you're bringing audiobook, you know how, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but you know how my favorite comedian is Burt Kreischer. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No, and I didn't know that.
No.
I actually thought it was, God, who's that guy that you're always talking about?
Burt Kreischer.
No, not him. The other guy, the one that he's like closely related, or not related, but like he's in the same circle as Joe Rogan.
Tom Segura?
Yeah, that guy.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was that guy.
That's Burt Kreischer's best friend.
Oh, are they on the podcast together? Is that
They have a podcast together, actually. Yeah.
okay?
Yeah. No. He's one of my favorites too. But no, Burt Kreischer. I don't think he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
But he's my favorite. I don't know if that translates. But
No, I get it. 100%.
Yeah. So he also has an audiobook, and it's about certain stories that have happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this hilarious one where him and his wife they go on a honeymoon to like some semi-secret hideaway in the Florida Keys that they can't really afford, but you know, at the time he had a little bit of money, so they went, and like every single person there was like some New England old money type, very what's the word, haughty, like, you know, haughty, Haug.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't know what that was.
Haughty. It's like they're very like, I'm better than you. They're looking at you from like with an upturned nose, basically. Very uptight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so very uptight.
Arrogantly superior and disdainful.
Yeah. So a whole bunch of hijinks happens, and then a couple comes in, and the dude is so obviously like probably wink wink mob connected, because it's a loud Italian guy in like his 50s or something, and a hot ass 20-something-year-old wife. And apparently they make friends with him and his wife, and they're just shooting the shit, like annoying the crap out of every single rich person there, because he's bored, you know. Obviously not giving this story justice. This dude tells it so funny, like the way he reads his audiobook is like he's reading it, but he's also inserting his own thing. Yeah, it's really great. He gets a black guy to say the N-word because he didn't want it to be recorded for eternity. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a story where and it's also a bit where he's driving through a crowded street outside a black frat, and so this black guy comes up to him and is like, "You scared?" He's like, "Not really. I just need to get through here." And he's like, and he beeps the horn, right? The black guy, because he had a convertible. Burt was driving a convertible. He beeps the horn, and in his whitest voice, the black guy goes, "Move it!" Like, you know, he drops an N-bomb with a hard R. He looks at him. He's like, "You scared now?" And apparently a mob like came in and they were about to fuck him up. Until the black guy stepped in. He's like, "Nah, guys, it was me." And then they invited Burt inside for a beer.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he tells
I'm
these
gonna-
funny stories, but since you mentioned your audiobook,
You want to? Yeah,
I
no,
mean-
no worries. No, I definitely want to hear that because I can't picture it in my head, you know. But I definitely want to hear what that sounds like.
Life of the Party, it's called.
Life of the
Life
Party.
of
I'm
the
gonna write
Party.
that down.
Oh, have you ever watched Van Wilder?
No.
No, the movie? No, with Ryan Reynolds.
Wait, which one?
Van Wilder.
No.
No, Ryan Reynolds. It's loosely based on Burt Kreischer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
No.
Oh, here. I found it. Life of the Party. Burt Kreischer. But I did watch a movie with what's it called? Ryan Reynolds the other day.
Which one?
It was The Switch Up.
The
Ever
Switch
heard of
Up.
it? With Jason Bateman. Is that his name? Jason Bateman? The guy from Arrested Development.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, it was him and him. It was with him. Basically, it was like Freaky Friday, but with these two guys, and they have two different lives and stuff. And it was such a like.
Never heard of this movie.
I hadn't either until Terry put it on, and it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But
No, the change up.
What did I say? The switch
The
up.
switch up. I guess I know.
Oh,
I
the
know
change-
Jason Bateman was on a movie called The Switch, but that one's with just him and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, and I heard of that one, but I haven't seen it. Okay, my bad. But yeah, it's I mean, Jason Bateman, he's like the straight guy, like the the like
Straight laced family man.
family guy. The family guy,
Yeah.
and then Ryan Reynolds is the bachelor, like single guy and stuff, and then they switch and stuff, and And then they basically fix each other's lives, like it's a standard story of this caliber would be, you know. Yeah, it was enjoyable for what it was, but there was definitely this scene that kind of I think I'm gonna be haunted for the rest of my life, with involving Ryan Reynolds. He
what happened?
This
spoiler alert.
With spoiler alert, but basically, this woman comes over, and you know Jason Bateman, who's supposed to be Ryan Reynolds, he's married, so he's trying not to have sex with this woman, and she comes in, and she's revealed to be like 9 months pregnant.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And it was awful, and so of course Ryan Reynolds' character, he pretending to, who's Jason Bateman, sends her off, and so when when he calls up Jason Bateman's character and is like, hey, what the hell, and he goes, dude, I've been working that girl forever. I just finally got her to come over, and you sent her off. And he was like, she was 9 months pregnant. I was like, yeah, I know. I picked her up at her Labaz class. It was crazy. I don't even know if I said that word right.
Lamaze.
Lamaze?
Yeah. It reminds me of Wedding Crashers. Have you ever watched that movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, when when Will Ferrell takes Will Ferrell's character takes Owen Wilson's character to a fucking funeral to pick up hot chicks.
Yeah.
And he's just there holding this girl, and he's fake crying, and then he's looking at him, he's giving him a pervy smile.
Wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, something shitty like that.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, as far as movies go, I really only watched one these past 2 weeks. I told you about it, but somebody was like, "It's too long. I don't have that kind of attention span, Jonathan." I'm kidding, buddy. I'm kidding. Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet. Yes, I watched
Christopher Nolan. You did.
I did.
You did it, buddy. What do you think?
I didn't get it.
No?
No, dude, this movie was like hurting
it's a
my
trip.
head.
It's a trip.
Yeah, I watched it, Tenet. So if you want, go ahead and introduce the movie to the audience.
Okay, so
this was your pick.
Tenet introduces a protagonist whose name we never learn.
He's just the protagonist.
He's just a protagonist, yeah. And he's sort of he's a CIA agent, excuse me. And he discovers that there are things in this world that can move back in time.
Yeah.
And he's basically inducted.
He's trying to prevent World War III.
Yes, that's what he is. Yeah, he's inducted into this like super secret cabal of people trying to prevent World War III. And
the crazy thing about it is that like every time World War III comes up and they're like nuclear holocaust, no,
worse.
Yeah. And what is the word that they use? Like that it basically means like time travel.
Inverted entropy.
No, it wasn't that one, but it's okay. Like when he's talking to Robert Pattinson's character, where he's like nuclear holocaust, and he's like, no, temporal something like that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. it's a time travel movie.
It's a time travel movie, but it's like it's different from other time travel movies where the premise of most time travel movies is like you appear somewhere back in time, but you move through time regularly. In this one, you use these machines called turnstiles, and instead of you start moving backwards in time, like literally your body is perceived to be moving back in time. Yeah,
and it's such a trip.
It
so
took me a while to get it.
I still don't get it.
No?
No, dude. I watched this movie yesterday, and I completely didn't. I watched this movie yesterday, and I completely did not understand it. But then I watched it again before we got together to record.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, I didn't make it to the ending of the movie. But I did pick up on some things that I missed the first time.
Okay, so
But,
what?
Yeah,
What?
I got to. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I don't want to ask very specific questions because I don't know how comfortable you are with spoiling it for people. Because I'm not that comfortable. I feel like people need to experience this movie.
Yeah, I got to an hour and 42. I still have 47 minutes to go.
Oh, okay.
But I did. It's technically my second watch through.
I've only watched it once.
Really? And
yeah.
Did it, like, was there a point in the film where, like, it just kind of clicked for you? Like, because I didn't understand. Okay, I had such a hard time. I had such a hard time understanding the, like, you know how, like, there's, like, the bullet that, like, comes back to the gun, and, like, this isn't a spoiler. You can see it in the trailer if you watch the trailer for the movie. Yeah, you know, like you know how they're like, okay, you don't want to get hit by a bullet that is in reverse, right?
Yeah.
Like they specifically say that at some point.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, but I can't. And like, I know that that's kind of the point of the film, that it's supposed to, like, the way that we perceive real life and time as it is, like, is gonna have such a hard time grasping these concepts because it's supposed to work outside of our realm of understanding. But I still can't get it. Why? How does it happen?
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. This movie makes my head hurt.
I mean, because here's the thing. I'm a fan of anything time travel.
Yeah, me too.
So it did confuse me at first, but I sort of got it. Because a lot of the because basically the reason that they have the time travel technology and whatnot is because it was invented in the future. And
right.
yeah, and then everything, since everything's reversed, is just traveling back in time. So it just came to the present, basically.
Okay, so
we should say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Excuse me.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, just so we can really get into the talk, because it's a heavy, like, it's a very conceptual movie.
It is.
You need to be paying really close attention to certain things if you want to understand it.
Yes, and I unfortunately wasn't doing that.
I mean, to be honest, like, the first 20 minutes, I was falling asleep. Because it's a very slow start.
Actually, I disagree, dude. I disagree. Because you warned me that the beginning was slow, and I mean, dude, it opens up with a pretty actiony, like, really, like, moving thing.
Okay, I should say the part after the opening scene is a little slow. For my taste, anyways.
Are you talking about, like, when the protagonist goes and meets up with the where he and Robert Pattinson's character they like sneak into that building and then they meet that Indian woman?
Yes.
Indian woman? Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I mean, like, in between that and the beginning scene.
Okay, there's that right there. There's that, what I don't understand, okay? So, you know how they got onto the building, right?
Yes.
Like, that was supposed to be the reverse of them falling down the building, right?
No.
No?
No.
Were they actually being pulled up, like, the right way? Like, the way that we know
CIA
time?
magic, buddy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was in reverse.
No. Because he doesn't really... the protagonist doesn't really use one of the turnstiles, time machines, until later in the...
Right, when he goes back into to the truck scene, right? Or like multi-truck scene?
No, the...
when he's trying to save the woman from the car?
chase, yeah, the chase. The car chase.
Yeah, that.
So, and that's, like, very... pretty much in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, that part where they sneak into the building that's just like that's a regular, you know, time moving forward scene. They just have you know, super secret CIA gadgets.
Man, I'm over here thinking, I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's supposed to be like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, and then there's like the ending of the movie where there's like this like big battle scene, and I remember seeing this part where, like, it's like maybe like a bazooka shot or something, and like you actually see the blast go back into the building, you know.
Oh,
like,
that scene. There was two bazooka shots.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so the attacking teams are the red team and the blue team, and they both basically shot at the same time, except one of them caught the shot, and the other one actually shot. The one moving forward shot a projectile into the building.
And so the people who mostly use these time reversal gadgets and tricks and stuff, they're basically on the bad side, right? They're the villains. Right?
Well, it's the main villain,
the drug lord guy,
the arms dealer guy.
Arms dealer. Excuse me.
Arms dealer. Yeah. So
arms dealer.
They explain how early on in the
Because you remember the airplane? Remember the airplane? How there was two guys, and then they managed to kill one of them, and then the other one got away.
Airplane? I don't remember.
At the airport. Scene. At the airport.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Shit. I lost my train of thought. Ask the question again. Main guy. The people that use the technology. Okay, so the main villain. Mm-hmm. They show a scene where he's younger and he's digging through like a radioactive zone, trying to look for radioactive material to sell. Because it's a very lucrative thing, and so he finds
back in his own country, right?
Yeah, so he finds that technology, and the reason he finds it there is because it's a place that you would never think people would go looking through, because, well, it's radioactive.
It's radioactive.
Yeah, and so the person that invented the technology hid the algorithm, which is the thing that tells you how to use the technology. She hid them in places where she knew that it was going to be pretty much unreachable.
Yeah,
and very hard to look through. So, but that's why he found part of that technology, and that's why he knew what he was supposed to do. Yeah.
Interesting. And so the person who made it, was it the Indian woman?
No,
dude.
So you have to understand that all this technology
happens way
in the future, but because we're talking about time travel, and objects and people can just move back through time. Those are basically you have to look at them as leftovers. Basically, the trash and the destruction left over from the Third World War.
Oh.
Except like so think when people go digging through trenches of in World War One, in France or whatever, and they find like a bullet. You know, we found obviously we found that in the future, because World War One happened in the past.
Right.
Well, certain things from World War III are going to be moving backwards. So we're finding the like leftovers, the destruction.
Dude, this movie's a trip, dude. It's even difficult to just talk about it. Wow, man. I don't know. How much do you feel like other people should watch this movie?
If you like sci-fi and you like time travel, you're really gonna love this movie, because I really like this concept that Christopher Nolan introduced, where it's like you don't really teleport to the past, you just literally move.
You rewind.
You rewind, basically.
Yeah.
Except you don't perceive time as being rewound.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a trip.
It is a trip because there's just like a bunch of things that like there are just scenes where people are just moving backwards and stuff, and like all of that, it's visually interesting, but I also just couldn't understand it. So okay, because you rewind in time, like you couldn't technically have a time traveler, right? Like in the way that we kind of think of time travelers, like somebody like
no, because you eventually will grow old and die, except you'll be dying in the past.
Okay, so take me for example, 26.
Yes.
If I rewind to 1994, am I gonna stay in my 26-year-old body?
No.
Or
no, you're
or
gonna
would
age.
I rewind to
so time for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think time
would
for
I
you.
De-age?
I doubt it, because it inverts time, but it does. I don't think it really changes your physical properties. One thing that like I really liked about this movie, little side note, they introduced the fact that since entropy is reversed, physics work backwards. So there's a scene where the villain blows up the protagonist, but instead of being blown up, he gets hypothermia because he gets sucked out of it instead of transferred to him by the explosion. But yeah, I think
that was a trip.
I mean, we don't have enough information, but I'm making the assumption that you're still aging. Because if you go back in time, or if you reverse yourself, you what's the term they use? Inverted.
Yes.
If you
yes, that word has been escaping me all discussion.
Yeah. Okay, so
like here's an inverted bullet, and this thing was inverted. And here was an inverted person. Yeah. So that word was all over the movie.
So I think if you invert yourself, you're still perceiving time, like how you would normally perceive it, except people, because it's all about relativity. Relative to you, other people are looking at you, and they're looking at you moving backwards,
right,
through time.
Yes.
So you're basically, like, the way they perceive it, you're moving backwards to the point where you came out of the machine, but you yourself, you are perceiving time as moving forward. So I think you're still aging. And so we're not immortal, so you're eventually gonna die, but if you stay inverted, you're probably going to die.
So like theoretically I could only go back in time to like a point where like where human lifespan would still be reasonable, right?
Yeah, but if you invert yourself back, you're still gonna be old.
Yeah, I'm still gonna be aging. Like if I go back 99 years here, let me say a little bit. If I go back 30 years in the past, like I'm gonna age up to 50.
56, yeah.
Crazy.
And then if you invert yourself back, you're still going to be 56, but you're going to be 30 years in the past. So you're traveling. You're traveling back in time, but you're traveling back at the same speed that you're moving forwards in time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. If this movie calls you, go watch it. I don't think we really spoiled a whole lot. I mean, there's certainly a plot that we didn't even talk about, like with characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was pretty like light spoilers.
But yeah, this movie 10 out of 10 for me. Hands down. Like I said, I was falling asleep early on. But once you get into it, it's how to get out. It's it just calls to you. If you like sci-fi, if you like time travel, if you like conspiracies,
Yeah.
because that's one of the big underlying themes of this movie, conspiracy.
Oh yeah. yeah. I really felt for some of the characters here too. So anyways, have you okay, so it's the winter months. That you know, it's a new year. The new anime season started. Have you watched anything?
Anything new? I have not. Right now I'm building up to a point where I'm gonna just binge watch One Piece. I'm not there yet. I just keep watching clips on YouTube, but I think that's what it's building up to. And then I'm also waiting for a couple anime to come out.
What's calling you?
Slime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because season 2 should be coming out either this month or next month.
No, it should be starting, like, it should have, if it hasn't already started, it's going to start like maybe this week, and by the time that this episode goes up, it should like the first episode should have already been out or something.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Yeah.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I released a new video yesterday, and it just feels like I don't know, man, like heaven was looking down on me and was like, hey, you know what, Kev, let's throw you a bone. There's an anime that is called Skate the Infinity, and it's a skate SK8.
Oh,
the
Skate.
number 8. Yeah, and it is a skateboarding anime.
Oh yeah, I did see that video.
It's here it is. Okay, let me. I found slime anime. It
says it had a couple episodes out already.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So it broadcasts on Tuesdays. And the first episode aired on January 12th. So yeah, cool. But yeah, there's a skateboarding anime, dude, and it just warms my heart to see two things that I love come together.
Anime and skating.
And skateboarding, yeah. It's not exactly indicative of like skate culture the way I know it. It's kind of like trying to take a mixture of snowboarding and skateboarding and kind of put them together. It like it seems that the skateboarding in this show, it's like kind of like downhill jamming, like you're at a top point and you're racing to the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like how it works in snowboarding.
Yeah.
If you've ever gone, or if you've ever seen anything, like, you know, you take the lift all the way to the top of the mountain and come down.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was really cool. It's really fun, and the animation is just like, mwah, mwah. You know, like it has like these moments, dude, where it really plays with the camera angles and stuff. And like it's not going for realism, but it's like ultimately just it's supposed to be fun, and I'm having fun watching it. I think you would have fun watching it too, even if you don't know anything about skate culture or skateboarding or anything.
No,
because it's not going for realism, as I said.
What platform are you watching it on?
I watched it on Funimation.
Okay, you have an account? I
do.
I'm actually not gonna do One Piece first. I've been really interested in on finishing the demon one. Fuck, I forgot the name.
Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Yes,
or Demon Slayer.
That one.
Yeah.
Demon Slayer. Sorry.
Yeah, Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
I had to go back and watch that. I got sucked into it when it was initially airing, and then I caught up to where it was at that point, and then I just never went back to finish it.
No. Yeah, no.
I always intended.
There's a couple characters that I haven't been introduced to because I just stop at like episode 7 or 8.
I probably stopped around there somewhere too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the last thing you seen?
The demon that can go into the ground.
I think that's where I just finished that stuff. Did you already get introduced to like the series like bad guy, like the big villain, the one that
No, I haven't.
Nezuko?
I don't think.
No?
I don't think I have. No.
He looks like Michael Jackson.
No.
No. Okay. Then you're I'm probably a little bit further than you are. Not to spoil it. It's just like this little like, there's just like this brief scene where it's like, oh, here I am, you know. And anyways, so from the other animes that I've watched, because I'm gonna be doing a bunch of sampling, because I'm gonna go on the We Hate Anime podcast to do their seasonal anime discussion.
Yeah.
And and a bunch of their shows, it seems from the list that they gave me, is like a bunch of like the second seasons. But there's a few on there, and I'm kind of just like whatever, like apart from the list that they gave me, I'm also kind of checking out other things that kind of call me too. And I checked out this show called Horimiya, and it's not gonna be anyone's like anime of the year, but it's pretty cute. It's a slice of life like romantic comedy type of thing. These two characters who like have like these outward personas at school, like they come together when they find out that they actually have like this whole other image that they present like outside of school.
Yeah.
And like they kind of like, I guess like they're very flirty with the idea of being together, but they haven't like made that leap yet. And I mean, that's only from 2 episodes, but it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. And I think that's probably my favorite one that I've seen so far.
I mean, dude, honestly, I get it. One of my favorites is My Love Story.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also like one of those slice of life
I know
animes.
My Love Story.
Yeah. I love it. He's just such a nice guy.
Yeah, I think that if you like My Love Story, I think you're gonna like My Love Story more than Horimiya. But because like My Love Story is so distinct, and if you look at this one, it's almost generic in a way. Like I said, it's not gonna be anybody's like anime of the year. I don't think. But I don't know. Like there's this cute moment in like episode 2 where like the main character, she's getting scolded because she was tasked to do something, and then like and like some like important budget work paper is like missing. And so the student council president, they come and like they start scolding her, like trying to get her to confess. And it turns out that the student council president's girlfriend actually like completely was ready to discard that paperwork and not own up to it. Ooh. So the main character actually had that paperwork because she bumped, like the girlfriend bumped into him. She bumped into him, and then he's like, hey, you forgot one. And she goes like, oh, it's probably nothing important, just go ahead and throw it away. And then so he pulls out the paperwork, but before he does that, he goes and headbutts the student council president in the head. And he is like, hey dick, is this what you're looking for? And everyone was like, hey, if you had the paperwork, why did you hit him? And he goes, because he pissed me off. But like, you know, at the school, he looks like he would be just like this very like loner otaku type. Yeah, and so for him to actually have like this like caring and manly side, like it just catches everybody off guard. And then the council president, he's like scared of him from there on. It's cute.
I mean, it sounds interesting. Yeah, I might give it a look. I'll put it on my list.
Yeah. After that though, because I was sampling shows yesterday before bed, and then I watched the first 2 episodes of this one, and I was like still kind of wanting to watch something else, and I checked out. Man, it was like something like. Let me see if I can find it really quick on this list. Right here. Gosh, it's only giving me the Japanese name, but it's like something like bottom tier lifer, something Tomozaki Kun. And it's that show like straight up annoyed me. Like I couldn't finish the first episode. That one is about like this guy that he's a gamer. He's like the gamer otaku, and he's like so not into real life. He calls life a garbage game, and and so he's like playing like this anime version of Smash Brothers. Like, let's be real, it's Smash Brothers, but it's dressed up so because of licensing and stuff. And even the Switch, even the Switch in the show like looks funky. And like he's playing like online ranked games or matches, and he finds out that the number 2, because he's number 1, the number 2 is like the pretty girl in school, the popular pretty girl. And when they meet up in real life, she's like, ew. And she's like, ew, this was a mistake. And she tries to ditch him. But like before she ditches him, like she like talks plenty of shit to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the main character, he like stands up for himself, and so she's like, you know what, we need to have a talk. And she goes, I respect you too much to let you actually, like, the image of you I have in my head is too it's so much better than what you actually are, and this isn't good enough for me. If you're gonna continue to be this top player, and I'm gonna continue to respect you, we need to do something about your attitude and your appearance. But like she does it in such a condescending way, where she's and like this whole like not realistic version of talking, this like those really anime-ish talk, where she's like, life is such a beautiful game, and like, how can you be the number 1 player of this game, of not Smash Brothers, and be such
Smash Brothers,
and just be so bad at life? Like it's like just no, because it just kept going.
Yeah.
But it for what it is, I did like seeing Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Not Smash Brothers.
Okay. Have you heard of the new Marvel TV series
Wandaverse?
that came out?
It's called Wandavision?
Wandavision.
Is it Wandavision?
Yes.
Wandavision.
Have you?
I haven't watched it.
You haven't watched it?
Actually, no, I canceled my Disney Plus.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. I mean,
But-
there's only 2 episodes out right now.
Uh-huh.
I really like it though.
Do you want to do a discussion after the whole season comes out?
We should. Yeah. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's save it until then. For right now, let's just say I'm liking it.
Okay.
And I'll leave it at that.
Is this like clearly going to be part of like phase 4 of the Marvel universe?
I think it's
like
the beginning. No, it's the beginning, because I don't know if you're familiar with the Scarlet Witch in the comic books.
No, not at all.
But yeah, she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and she's got a lot of untapped potential in the cinematic universe. But in the comic books, spoiler alert, she basically decimates the entire mutant population. She doesn't really kill them. She just like takes away their powers to the point where there's only 180 mutants left in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
So she's easily an Omega class mutant.
Is she supposed to be part of like the X-Men? Or like from that brand?
Well, her dad is Magneto. So
oh, cool.
yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do with her in the cinematic universe, but yeah, there's a lot of very interesting possibilities and very interesting storylines that they can get into. But we'll get into it when the time comes, when the season's over.
Yeah, I'd love to kind of binge it, and then we can do an episode on it. Or
the first 2 episodes, they play sort of like a 50s sitcom.
Oh yeah, I mean I haven't seen it, but
No.
I've seen the marketing for it, and I mean isn't she dead by the end? But they reverse time, right? No, who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Tenet.
Who am I? No, I'm not thinking about Tenet. The movie?
Reverse time?
No, I'm thinking of Endgame.
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole other thing.
Who died? Who died at the end of Infinity War?
Vision.
Vision died.
Her boo thing.
Okay, he's the one that sacrificed himself.
He didn't sacrifice himself. He
Oh, he was murdered.
he wasn't murdered. He had the well, I mean technically yes, but he had the Mind
Infinity
Stone,
Stone.
the Mind Stone, and
Oh, yeah, he had a
Thanos
stone.
took it, and without the Mind Stone, obviously he can't really be alive or anything. So,
Right. Okay, I forgot about that.
but
But
yeah,
she survived.
like
but
the-
she survives.
yeah, she definitely survives. Remember, she was pretty close to like kicking Thanos' ass.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna reveal myself right now, but I actually did not get into the Marvel movies until after Infinity War came out. The little period between Infinity War and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as like the actual movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that I watched,
Mm-hmm.
were it was the third Thor movie,
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, and it was the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and then the two companion movies from the Avengers,
Yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame. And when we went to go watch Endgame, I was only there for the zeitgeist. I was only there for the hype, that this was like the big movie of the year, and the cultural phenomenon. But I had no idea what was going on in a lot of that movie.
Oh my god.
I was there because I wanted to be part of history.
And I was there because I was really excited to see what they were gonna do.
Yeah, I was lost a lot of it. I was a lot, and you know what? I think I even like made sure that it was memorable or worth going because didn't I like buy us tickets for like 3 a.m. because they were doing it?
No, it was like 1.
Oh,
It
and you
wasn't
got out
that,
at 3
dude. I
a.m.
would not have gone if it was that late.
Okay.
I
It was something ridiculous.
yeah, I priced my sleep too much for that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, you
Yeah, it was a 3-hour movie, so I think we got out like right before like 4 or something, or right at 4. I think I remember getting home and it was like 5 a.m.
Yeah, it was pretty late. But yeah, like I said, we'll wait for the season to end. Well, you said it, but I'm agreeing to it.
No, that's cool. And then I mean, I can just pay for another month of Disney Plus.
You don't, dude. Just I'll just send you my my info, and then you can do that, so you don't have to pay.
All right. Thank you, friend.
Yes.
So do you wanna conclude us?
Once again, thank you guys for listening. If you want to get to know us better, please follow us on our social media. Kevin will leave all that info down in the show notes. And if you like the show, please share it with your friends.
Yeah, not your mom. It's okay. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.